I look at the way the last few days have played out, and they still have 30 games. Before I even go on this rant, I'm going to point out I don't think they should make any drastic decisions before the Olympic break. I've said that countless times, and I will stick to that. They play tomorrow, then 4-game road trip. Then you're going to have to figure out. There could be some really difficult conversations that need to be had within that organization. If they go, 0 for 5, clearly, 1 and 4, I think, maybe 2 and 3, you're done. But again, it's not today, it's not tomorrow. You're a week away from making that call. But I thought there were a few things that stood out, over the weekend that makes it feel as if there's just no one with their finger on the pulse. Like who's running the organization? It just feels kind of like a rudderless ship a little bit. The Stolar stuff, where it's like, well, he just didn't want to start the minors, so we started him against Vegas. How does Anthony Stolarz make that decision? If you feel like it's in the best interest, if you're Brad Treliving, Craig Berube, I don't know, Keith Pelly, you say you're not just stepping in and playing against
Can't you
a team.
say just get your ass to the minors?
Obviously, they can do that.
Yes.
Now, maybe there's a CBA issue, and if the player doesn't want to, but at some point, someone's got to step up and be the adult here and say, this is for the best interest of you and the team. I thought the Matthews running from the media stuff, embarrassing, horrible look for a lot of different reasons. We'll get into it. And then the Willie stuff yesterday. And then on top of it, which is actually being buried below all this, is they got pumped twice.
Right.
Like they got pumped by Vegas and pumped by Colorado, and now they've lost 4 in a row. So it feels gate-worthy. It feels like a few days where it's like this is a chapter in the book, and it's like maybe it's starting to erode. And if it is eroding, and if it is going officially in the wrong direction and fast, this is a weekend, and maybe this is a homestand that will likely be the kind of signature moment of that.
It certainly seems like they kind of shoveled half a pile of dirt on their head, and if they get pumped tomorrow night and they get pumped on that road trip, they can just jump in the hole and it might be over.
Right.
Like like for them to lose tomorrow night, I think it's, I don't know, it's very significant. I found it interesting that, I mean, you see something on Twitter, a report like that Craig Berube met with the leadership group. Like, if you need to meet with a leadership group before tomorrow's game, and I get sometimes you just want to pull guys aside and say, hey, make sure everyone's but the idea of even doing that, knowing the circumstances of it, like,
feels against where he would think to go with it too, wouldn't it? Like the way Berube approaches things is generally, hey, it's the NHL. They got to figure it out. Like he's a lifer in the NHL. Craig's been in the NHL for 40 years. Like this feels like a counterintuitive move for him to have to collect the guys and say, hey, maybe we need to have a meeting, because I think his nature would be, well, they're pros and adults. Of course they're going to act like it.
Yep.
But this might suggest that he can't truly rely on that. And quite frankly, I can't blame him.
He's seeing something, Brian. That's probably what you're saying. Like he's seeing something that he's got to address, or at least bring back to center. If they're on a road and they're in the ditch a little bit, how do you get it back on the road? We'll have a meeting with your group. And it's been a bad week. The week before, the 2 weeks before, were not bad. So like, what team are you? That's the biggest challenge. And he might have said that. He might have, openly challenged the leadership group and said, what are you as a team? What are we? What are we doing here?
Jamie, I think we all kind of know. I mean, other than a 10-day span, they've basically been mostly the same team all year.
Yeah.
Like they've had a good like that stretch prior, and then some other little mini streaks. It's like, other than that, the coach has been asking them to try to get it on the tracks basically the whole season.
Yeah, they're 52 games in.
We're 52 games in. If you're asking the team to kind of find your identity and get back to something, you got massive trouble, especially where they are in the standings. And it just seems like, I don't know, you got the finger, you got the coach's head falling off, and then the performances, Auston Matthews just wasn't – he didn't play very well.
The Matthews stuff on Friday – and this is a classic example of where I know what's coming. Fans are going to yell at me. This is why. This is, the fact that he didn't talk on the day of the biggest game of the season, whether they wanted to admit it or not, it's just the reality. When Mitch Marner came back, Vegas on a Friday night, the whole city was abuzz, the building was abuzz. It was a big night. They're in the entertainment business. It's a huge fight.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was.
And you stunk and you got pumped.
They were terrible. And he didn't talk before the game. He didn't talk after the game. I find it hard to believe he would not have spoken if they won. I think if they won, he probably goes out. But it's not about the media. It's not about the fans, although that's a part of it. If you're the captain of a team, especially an Original Six team, you talk 82 times. It's not asking that much. It's really not. Like, it's not. Is it tedious? Is it? Let me just finish,
right.
Noodles.
No, go ahead.
But here's my point. It's not as much getting the message out, although I do think it's important for him to do that, because I do think there are some fans, not everyone, but there are some that are like, he's the guy. I want to hear what he has to say about Mitch.
Yep.
It's that he didn't go out, and do you know who did go out? John Tavares went out.
Exactly.
The guy who had the C on his jersey, and they ripped it off his chest to give it to him. So basically Auston said, I'm not dealing with that. John, you go. You go deal with that. I'm not doing it. And Scott Laughton, who's been here a year and played 9 minutes. Scott's trying. I like Laughton a lot. What the hell is he going to say? He didn't play with Marner. He played with Marner for 15 games. He doesn't know. He doesn't know the history and all that kind of stuff. He's been in Philly his whole career. And that's the point. The messaging within the room is, I'm not doing it. You guys go do it. And it's like, you're the captain, dude. Yeah. You're the guy. Like, you got to jump on a grenade sometimes, even though it sucks. You have to. Like, I know that, and I didn't play in the league. You guys have been telling me that for 15 years.
If you're going to take the pictures after breaking Sundin's record and all that, it's like you just got to do it on the day, on a day-to-day. Yeah. I looked at Matt Sundin every day. And you could tell the days sometimes it's like, do I really have to speak for these bunch of losers when the team lays an egg or whatever? Yep. But if you don't understand that and you don't want to accept the responsibility of that, then why did you take the C? Like, it's a part of the gig.
Right.
Well,
give it back to the guy who went out. Give it back to him if you want.
Brian, you're right. Like, that night, watching it, that's the first thing I noticed is, like, Tavares is talking. And
right.
I was like, okay. To me, it's an opportunity on a lot of different levels. You win games, you lose games. You're not going to have a perfect game every night. Auston Matthews could have spoke that morning, or he could have spoke after the game and just said, we didn't have our stuff. It would have been asked about Mitch. I think it was also an opportunity, given how things, it wasn't a great PR move, how, what happened with Masters and how you table or whatever, but just come out and talk the other night and just say, can't wait to play against him. He's not with the organization anymore. We're going to try and beat him. And then after the game, he didn't beat him. You know what? Didn't work our way, but we wish Mitch all the best, but we're trying to make the playoffs here. Like, to me, it's matter of fact. And the messaging is, like you just said, when it's all roses and all that, front and center. But when it's not, it's like you still have to go out there and at least, own your team. And this is Auston Matthews' team. He's the face of the franchise. And to me, I don't know if he didn't want to do it or if he was upset about losing, all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, go out and talk for 5 minutes and just say, listen, emotional night, didn't have it tonight. We'll chat on Saturday.